very safe plate. And I'm gonna spray this with some cooking spray, sugar, flour, eggs, butter, and almond extract. Word. I heard they used to say that in like the 80s. I wouldn't know, I'm too young. Occasionally, very occasionally, I cook instead of bake. And you know, when you're bringing something to a party, cookout, whatever, and you have to bring a dish, and you're like, what am I gonna bring? That whole thing. That we're gonna do one of those today, buffalo chicken dip. You've probably, if you haven't made it, you've probably eaten it or heard of it at the very least. 5 ingredients, pretty basic, pretty simple, and a crowd pleaser. And so tonight I am attending a party for my very darling friend Kira, and that's what I'm making this for. And I am actually, I think, quadrupling the recipe. I usually double it. The original recipe is usually in a 9x9. If you double the recipe, it would be in a 13x9. I'm using like these disposable things, but I'm going to make 2 trays of this to bring, and usually serve it just with tortilla chips, scoops, or if you wanted it to be just a little bit more, you could serve it with like French bread pieces, you know, those little rounds. Real quick, so let's just do this. So next to the tuna fish, you find this canned chicken. This is the large can. They also have like the normal tuna fish size can. This is the large one. So a double, we're going to pretend like we're doing just a double recipe. I'm going to do these 2 pans separately. So we're just going to do 1 double recipe. So that would be 2 cans of this large can of chunk chicken. Okay. And that goes into a frying pan, 2 of those. For those of us that live in the DC metropolitan area, don't go outside. It is disgusting. It's very hot. I'm going to break this up with a fork. It's very hot, to say the least. Humidity is insane. Tomorrow is going to be even worse. Tomorrow, the temperature is supposed to be 99 degrees with a real feel of 112. I hope everybody decides to use the sense that God gave you and just curl up on the air conditioning on the sofa, watch some movies. That's my plan. I might actually do another couple videos tomorrow because it's been a long time since I've done any. Because I was thinking about making some cookies, and I feel like I might have some really good tips for you guys on just cookies. I mean, they're kind of basic, right? But I've gotten better at them over the years and some tips. So I just kind of broke that all up with a fork, and then I'm going to pour in 1 cup. Again, this is a doubled recipe, so 1 full cup of hot sauce. I bought what was on sale, so any kind of hot sauce will work. I'm going to dump that in, mix that up, and then I'm going to put this on the stove on like a medium heat, and until it just kind of gets bubbly and starts to meld, and like a 5-minute kind of a situation. We're not cooking anything because everything's already cooked. The chicken, of course, is already cooked, so we're just kind of mixing it together to kind of meld the flavors together a little bit. So I'm going to get that completed, and then I will come back and we'll finish it up. It's real quick. See you in a sec. Okay, so that took about 5 minutes. Well, it took about 15 minutes because I was interrupted 17 times, but the actual cook time was probably only about 5 minutes. So you take your pan, your 13x9, because we're doubling, or your disposable whatever thing, and you take a block of cream cheese and just do a little nice spread across the bottom. Then what we're going to do is mix up let's go ahead and we're going to put the chicken hot sauce mixture, and kind of lay it across the cream cheese. What do I want to use for this? Whatever, I'll just use my trusty old spatula here. And you just kind of dump it in, and then we're just going to spread it in a nice even layer over top. Whew, just got a whiff of that hot sauce. Putting this over top. Done. All right. Now we're going to take a bowl and we're going to add 1 cup of ranch dressing. 1 cup, 2 cups of ranch dressing, because it's a doubled recipe. 2 cups of ranch dressing into the bowl. So that's 1. Really not looking forward to turning on the oven. So I'm making this a bit ahead of time, so I'm just going to stick it in the fridge. That's a nice thing, like if you're having a party or something. It's something that you can make ahead, like the day before, and just keep it in your fridge, and then, you know, put it in the oven. That was this, not me. Put it in the oven. Come on, seriously. I'll let this sit here and then bake it when you're ready for it. Well, that's almost 2 cups. Got that in there. And now we're going to use 2 cups of cheese, cheddar or whatever sort of cheddarish type cheese you want to use. It's fine. I have sharp cheddar here. So 2 cups of that, which is what's in one of these little bags. Put that in here. We're going to mix this up. And then we're going to spread it over at the top of the chicken mixture. That's the end of it. You stick it in the oven, 350 degrees for, it says 30 minutes. But you know, just watch it until it gets nice and bubbly and brown. You know how these things are. Look. What am I going to tell you? Yeah, so you can Google buffalo chicken dip. This will come up. Again, for the doubled recipe in a 13x9, it's 2 cans of the chunk chicken where the tuna is, 2 cans of the larger size, 1 cup of hot sauce, 2 cups of ranch dressing, 2 cups of cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you would prefer. And so we're just gonna sort of get this here. And it goes in the oven, just like that. I mean, and it is a crowd favorite, right? Because it tastes like chicken wings, buffalo wings. And actually, it's a Kira favorite. Also, I suspect a Butch favorite, Kira's husband. And that was his request because they're big fans of the chicken dip. So, end of story. It is done, 350 for about 30 minutes. But again, I'm going to wrap it up and stick it in the fridge until I'm ready to bake it, which means it might take a little longer at that point, but there you have it. I will probably see you guys tomorrow for some cookies. I haven't decided what kind yet. I might do a thing where I make like cookie dough and like one base cookie dough and then do a different couple types of cookies with the one base. Maybe snickerdoodles. If you have any cookie requests, I probably won't get this out in time. I mean, if I'm being honest. But anyway, regardless, if you have anything like specific that you know, want me to bake or cook, that's maybe, I don't know. In the meantime, please don't venture outside unless you have to. I mean, Kira, this is how much I love you, that I'm going to get off my couch and go outside for you, because I love you. Enjoy your day, everyone.